Ooh, yes, sir. Is that prime time Randy Moss at the line? He finna do somebody in. Hold on. Ready, ready. Say hit. Ooh. Ooh, is he going deep? Touchdown. Yes, sir. Fuck nigga. It's the realest in the game for the win. Coach put him in. Yes, sir. Gritty, gritty, gritty. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm like that. It's the realest to ever touch sports. Coach Cooper.
Ugh. Y'all know what the fucking deal is. Y'all better recognize. Y'all see me route that nigga up, okay? It's your favorite host, favorite sports journalist in the building. True Review Sports News, man. Here to keep it true today. Y'all saw that title. Y'all saw that thumbnail. Y'all got intrigued. I'm finna give it to you. We got the 2025 top quarterback rankings, the true rankings of quarterbacks going into the 2025 season. Now, if you're new to this channel, I've mainly been talking about boxing, but I hope you know, my man, I'm versatile. I'm a master of many traits. We're going to talk about football and boxing on this channel. But today, to tend a little bit more to my football fans, there's a lot of narrative changing for a lot of quarterbacks, in the AFC especially, and in the NFC. And in this video, if you arguing with your homeboys that I think this team quarterback go crazy, or I think my team quarterback go crazy, argue no more, click no further. Congratulations, you found the realest nigga in sports, here to break it down for you, clear as diamonds, okay? Now, if you're new, I'm finna tell you the order of things around here. Y'all fire up that like and subscribe button so we can reach 1,000 subscribers 2025. And then I'm gonna fire up the good old Bongalarooski, okay? We got some gas in here today. You know you a real smoker when you smoking some shit that don't even know what it is, okay? Let me put this loud to peace. Whew! I was gonna take 2 hits. I might have needed to pack up paramedics to pick me up if I did. Back to business. We got the greatest PowerPoints on God's green earth. Let me get the honorable mentions out the way. I know you see the names. And there's a lot of quarterbacks I could have added to this list. You know, Joe Flacco, he's one of them. Woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. Nonetheless, I kind of just took a handful of quarterbacks that you could have said were starting on the team last year that ain't making this list. And I only did 30 just because we can assume 2 quarterbacks out of this draft is probably going to take one of these teams' positions for real. So let me go down the list of the people who did not make the true review stacking of the talent. Captain Kirk, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, the mayonnaise man, and Aiden O'Connell. Let's start with Aiden O'Connell first. You only had a hot Cheeto and a paperclip to work with as teammates. You ain't had nobody to really throw to. I know you had Brock Bowers. That's the first person y'all screamed about. But like I said, if you have a rookie tight end that's leading your receiving room and it's not even close, he's your best weapon, you got an issue as a franchise. He's great, looking like mini Gronk, but he shouldn't be option number 1 so soon into the league. That means your team is lacking talent for real. So I don't blame him too much, but I don't expect him to get too much PT next year. Next up, we got Will Levis. Let me get straight to the point with you. You can't have more mayonnaise commercials than touchdowns. I am a fair fan of the cold sandwiches. I love turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches. I like them cold, hot, however you make them, okay? I'm going to eat it. But nobody should love mayonnaise more than this, Will. Every fucking commercial. I don't even watch TV for real. I see you holding a bottle of mayonnaise. Let's get in the film. Instead of cutting commercials up, let's run back some plays, okay? You're gonna get replaced by Cam Ward pretty easy right now, and Cam Ward ain't even got no commercials. What did he do in Tennessee to instantly get a Mayo sponsorship? Y'all can sponsor a real nigga if it's that easy. I love mayonnaise. On to the next. Let me digress. Anthony Richardson. If I am the CEO of the Colts, the moment you said you was tired and had to step out the game, you a fucking first round pick, nigga. You should have said you had a fucking hernia, your heart beating fast, you having an anxiety attack. Anything is better than, yeah, I was tired, I needed a little water break real quick. Okay, so you're not for real about playing. You need breaks. Okay, you're going to have all the fucking water and breaks you want. If you ain't gonna get no rookie records, you gonna get a record for this franchise. We drafted you this high. You're gonna be the most paid concession stand man. We're gonna have you serving corn dogs and water and popcorn all game. You ain't even gotta worry about sweating and getting tired. What you mean you're tired? Okay? The hell, we pay you too much to be tired. You better wake up. So he's in a position to where he may not be on this list going next year. And he could make me eat my words. Because he has an arm like a motherfucker. But at the end of the day, I think he got some competition to worry about down there about a quarterback I got later in this video. So let me hold on with that. And then last and definitely the fucking least, Captain Cluck, man. You had my franchise all the way fucked up. We gave you a chance. And yes, I'm going to say we. I called up to Washington and said, hey, get this nigga out of Michigan a shot in the 4th round. I know we just drafted RG3. But just in case, let's give someone a shot. Kirk Cousins, come in here. We made you who you is. You done turned your back on us. And then you got everybody in sports journalism not doing their job. They bozos. They giving the McDonald's takes. Talking about we the reason you ain't got no rings. We holding you back. You in hostage in Washington. Okay, cool. So I would hope he gets to the playoffs before us. He goes to Minnesota, got all the weapons in the world. Don't do jack squat. Jack diddly. He ain't doing nothing. But we over here cooking it up, holding it down with Alex Smith. So the reason why I went on a little tangent about that is because that's what I think Kirk is. He's a great quarterback. He can hit the Kirko dance, the Kirko bangs, whatever. He cool, but I don't think he elevates no franchise the way he should be and how much he is. He needs to be put on trial for fraud. He's low-key one of the he's in the Hall of Fame of scamming. You done scammed the Commanders, you done scammed the Vikings, you done scammed Atlanta the hell and back. Now they don't even want to play you. You costing $1 million, $1 million back up. What is this? Okay? Honorable mention, man. You can't make the list. Let's go into the top 30. This is what y'all been waiting for. 7 minutes into the video. I'm going to keep it true and give it to you. We got 360 Penix. Wasn't expected to play. His numbers is kind of He ain't have too much time to really cook and get in the roll of things. So I ain't going to hold it against him. 78.9 QBR. It could be worse. He got thrown in there last second against teams trying to make playoffs, so he was in an uphill battle for real. But the Falcons didn't lose those games because of him, and I think the game that they won was because he was somewhat decent. So my man cooked. He does look like he's attached to his beanie, like it's just an accessory to it. It's not an accessory to his body. It's like ingrained into his scalp. Let's see the waves, man. You over here walking around, this do-rag on your head while you're playing, timeout, huddle, post-conference, press conference. You stay with your do-rag on. Your 360s better be spinning. You better not see nothing weak. I might need to pull up and wave check you at one of these games because I think the Commanders are finna belt the Falcons this year. I think y'all are on the schedule. So let me pull up to one of them games and let's see who really spinning for real. Okay? On to the next. We got Justin Fields. Just got paid in New York. Love to see a brother get paid. Go ahead and celebrate. Pull one up for me. You got 7,000 passing yards. 7,700 passing yards. 45 TDs. 31 interceptions. That's kind of a shaky little ratio right there for real, for real. But you got some wheels on you. 19 rushing touchdowns, 83 QBR over 4 years. Now, the Bears was kind of a tough situation. You ain't had no protection. You ain't had the weapons for real, for real. That's what the narrative was. You went over to the Steelers, and you were winning. I felt like you always had that dog in you since college. You definitely going to play to get the win. But as far as the mechanics and technicality, that's where the question's at, Justin. Can you really have a scheme and an offense ran through you? We're about to figure out in New York, very young team, and I think they can bring in some talent too for you on the offensive side, whether it be protection or a receiver later round in Jugba from Ohio State or Luther III. They can get some talent in New York for Justin, so pretty good quarterback situation right there. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Next up, we got the man winning Winston, Mr. W's, even though he hasn't won too much throughout his career. Sitting at 44 and 61. He got 1 Pro Bowl, 24,000 passing yards, 154 touchdowns to 111 interceptions. That's Jameson Winston ratio as it gets. My man can come out and give you 5 touchdowns one day, then boom, next week he might serve you 4 interceptions and a fumble. Consistency is the name of the game for Jameson. However, even though I'm clowning on him. Y'all go back and watch them last couple games in Cleveland. He showed he can still make every pass on the field. He can still let that bitch fly 40 yards. He can scramble in the pocket. He can have some composure. He needs to work on, I feel like he senses invisible pressure sometimes and he starts getting a little jittery. That Steelers game was showing what we can still get with Jameson Winston. I feel like he can be a perfect Geno Smith situation. Get him in a system where they're still trying to compete for real. Maybe have a young quarterback behind him because he got great leadership out the ass. Never been a teammate of his, but I could just tell he changes the morale of a team. So I like Winston in New York. If anything happens to Russell Wilson, Winston stepping in, I don't think that's that much of a drop off in talent. And I think he can still compete given the right weapons in that situation. So shout out to Winston getting paid, man. I'm glad to see him still playing football. Next up, speaking of the Giants, we got Danny Dimes, sent from New York to Minnesota to now he's in the Colts situation. Nonetheless, he was playing for a very terrible franchise that got rid of their Super Bowl winning level running back. You just got rid of Saquon, so you can't tell me Daniel Jones has had the best bet and a fair shake in his chances of winning. Nonetheless, he's still got a playoff win. Where you at, Kirk? What's y'all's favorite Kirk Cousins playoff highlight? I know I'm hating on him right now. I don't give a fuck. I am a Kirk Cousins hater. But before I get off track, though, he's a one-time Pro Bowler, 14,000 yards with 64% completion percentage, and the white boy got wheels. He's able to run 15 rushing touchdowns. He like that, okay? 84.3 QBR. I like Daniel Jones. He's a little bit Eli Manning-ish. Like, doesn't look like he'd be great, but then you look at it and you're like, damn, he got 250 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions, and a rushing touchdown. He kind of got up out the pocket. So I like Daniel Jones. He plays to win. And I feel like if I'm a Colts fan and I have to pick between Jam to AR-15 or Danny Dimes, Danny Dunce, I'd like Daniel Jones giving my team a good look. Next, we got 26. Spoke about him earlier. We got Big Geno. I would love to see Geno and Genty in the backfield. He has one playoff appearance. Could have been 2 this year. He tied the Rams. The Rams got in, but they had the same amount of wins. One of my favorite seasons, Comeback Player of the Year. I love that award. 2-time Pro Bowler. He's 46 and 48. So like I said, he's a more legit Jameson Winston for real, minus all the interceptions. 65% completion percentage, 105 TDs and 72 interceptions is not bad at all. Pretty good on 88%, 88 QBR. Now, his first chunk of his career, he's been playing for 11 years, so I wouldn't expect to see Jameson be like, this is our future for the next 5 years type shit. But great quarterback to sit somebody behind. He looks like he got a great mind for the game. Love that he reunited with Pete Carroll and Tom Brady cooking in the back scene. So you know that's going to be a fire little combination over there. I think he can compete. I honestly think he can compete. And I like him to get some weapons because I think he can make a push. The Raiders, Carolina, and the Bears. Those are the 3 teams I think are going to turn it around pretty quick. Kind of like what the Commanders did, depending on the draft they have. So I like Geno. I think he's number 26 in the league right now. Now, I could almost swap these. Number 25, I have Derek Carr. If Derek Carr is injured and not participating next season, because it's been so long, Derek Carr, you do fall behind a couple of these quarterbacks I just listed. Maybe these 2 right here. You got 1 playoff appearance, 4-time Pro Bowler, 41,000 passing yards, 257 touchdowns, 112 interceptions. And I don't know, I was surprised to see he had 31 rushing touchdowns. Don't know how many times he got in the end zone. I know he's athletic, but that shocked me. 92.8 QBR over 13 years. I like Derek Carr, one of my personal favorites. However, he is the king of hospital passes. If you got a receiver that's under 200 pounds, kiss him goodbye. He's getting suplex, Batista bomb, DDT by the 3rd quarter. Serious note, side note, Chris Olave, you're 1 concussion away from, we need to start forcing retirement upon players. You got paid, whatever, you got your contract payday. If you didn't, too bad. If you got 6 concussions within 5 seasons, we might have to start calling it quits. We don't want you walking around talking like you got ice in your mouth, okay? Derek Carr got these receivers scared. Devontae Adams packed up. Chris Olave packed up. Overall, I think we can go back and look at week 1 and week 2 of the Saints all we want. I feel like that's exactly what Derek Carr is. I like him, but the height of his career, that playoff injury, that hurt. The height of his career with the Raiders, he's carrying. I think he was MVP that season. With all the shit happening to his franchise, he was still trying to make them contenders. So I like Derek Carr, but the injuries right now, year 14, I think the Saints should probably start looking elsewhere for a quarterback answer. I would love to see him come back, though. That would be comeback player of the year type shit. Number 24, we got our man, Mr. Unlimited, okay? This is the first Super Bowl ring on the list. 2 Super Bowl appearances. In the playoffs, overall, he's 9-8. Very impressive. With 9 Pro Bowls. Listen, whether you like him or not, I think the fact of the matter is wherever Russell Wilson goes since Seattle, he makes them a playoff, a shoe-in. Not a shoe-in, but you got to put their name in playoff contentionship. The Broncos. He went over there, started rough, but he turned it around towards the end a little bit. Then you thought they were playoff contenders. The Steelers, he got them to the playoffs. Now, got shellacked in the first round. I think that was more so the overall team and franchise issue of being okay in regular season and not doing shit in postseason. But nonetheless, he still got them there. I like him in New York, and as a Commanders fan, this is a player where you kind of got to be on the lookout for. They could do something over there in New York with Russell Wilson. He's Mr. Unlimited for a reason. So we got to respect the veteran here. I like his play, and he got some wheels on him. 31 touchdowns, still moving like that. Number 23, we got mini Tom Brady. We got Drake Mayday. Okay, I'm joking, glazing a little bit. He ain't no Tom Brady. And I'm surprised he got into the Pro Bowl. Not sure if that was, I think it was an eligibility type of thing, because I'm looking at these stats and it's like, they're very consistent and respectful, but ain't nothing screaming Pro Bowl, okay? 2,000 passing yards, 15 TDs, and 10 interceptions, kind of mid. He is athletic. Didn't run that much, but you can tell he's athletic and he can get up out that pocket. Overall, bright future for the kid. You got to get him some weapons. If I was to put a gun up to your head, best receiver for the Patriots right now, I probably would have switched you down. You don't know nobody he throwing to, okay? Butte, that can't be the most legit weapon. You got to either get him some protection or you got to get him somebody to throw to. I like that they brought Stephon Diggs in, whether he's an issue or not, the injury or not. He's a lot, but he doesn't make the receiving core worse in New England. So I think that they might buy their weapons and then get some protection. Will Campbell in the Patriots jersey, it just seems right. Okay, and this is the last person I'm going to cover on this video because I don't want it to get too long. But we got our boy Bryce Wave, okay. 6-24 over 2 years, 5,000 passing yards, 26 TDs, 19 interceptions. And he can run. The QBR is all right. It can get better. Let me say something real quick about this man. Y'all watch his last couple games. I know I was glazing Drake May, but Bryce Wave, after post-Rod Wave pep talk, this man is playing like Mini Mahomes. He's playing like Mahomes' brother and not the twerking one. Bryce Wave doing it at 5'10". We give Brock Purdy flowers for throwing it. They got him listed at 6 foot or 6'1". I think Brock Purdy probably like 5'11" for real. But Bryce Wave, he's the true 5'10", 5'11" dude, throwing it over that O-line in between like lasers. Comeback wins. He's fucking up everyone's parlay. This nigga is really him, and the talent is through the roof. All the young weapons that they got. Adam Thielen is a great leader for them. I love Chuba Hubbard. Very versatile running back out of the backfield and through between the tackles. I like this team. Got a young tight end too that looks promising and got some big size to him. Pause. Bryce Wave is that guy. I think he's a great leader, and I think Carolina has a bright future, especially if they bring in that McMillan kid from Arizona. Look out for that pick for them. Other than that, that's all I got for this video. It's probably going to be a 3-part video. Probably 3, maybe 4-part video. I'm not sure. But y'all let me know how long y'all want these videos to be, man. I'm doing it for you, the consumer. I am on the clock, so I got some work to do. Y'all go find something to do, man. Tell the neighborhood the realest man in sports journalism is Touch Dang. Giving y'all education all day. Most importantly, tell somebody you love them and stay true. I'm going to hit y'all with some football videos soon, man. Y'all stay posted. All right, I'm out.